What integrated learning is sort of combining classic theory of information along with some practices, along with expertise of a professional or a journalist or an academic of this particular kind. It's combining the three together rather than a lecture which you sort of get the information, you bring it back and you may write about it or tell somebody about it. When you integrate it, you bring real use to the information itself, real application to it.
The work experience since I was in archives, in libraries, working with primary source material, it was more hands-on. So it was hands-on practice with things learned in history classes on how to do history research, how to look at source material, how to write papers, and then applying it. That's what I did in my work experiences. So it was basically taking the theory from study abroad, as well as here, classes I took here, taking that theory and then applying it.
We're trying to combine and show kids a different culture and take them out of their familiarity and to let them experiment with beyond the things that we even teach in the classroom, and to try to bring a little bit of expertise in with the professor.
Everything that I do, I feel like something from Dundee has been thrown in there to change my perspective in a way. Just doing so much research there and talking with other artists, all my tutors were artists, and just looking at their work and going to these shows and meeting real artists in the community. It was just it just really opened my eyes to all the types of things that are going on out there.
One thing to talk about it and say, there's different regions in Italy and all their food is different from different places, but then when you really experience that the bread in one part of the region has no salt and the bread in the other part of the region has salt, they're very different from each other, and then it makes more sense when you talked about, well, that's because salt was taxed. So in that region they didn't put salt in their bread. But it makes more sense when you're there and you're experiencing it as opposed to just hearing it.
What's really rewarding, you gotta remember this part, is that I get to engage students in my career, my profession, my elements, and show them what it's like. And when you see that unfold in front of you, oh, that's absolutely great. For me, it's made it interesting every year. Rather than me teaching it, I teach some, they teach some.